Hi everybody, I'm here with Marcus Taylor and we're talking recruiter enablement. You might recognize Marcus's accent based on my accent. Marcus, good to see you. Give us a quick introduction. Give us an introduction to you. What do you do? Tell us about your background.
What I do for the last 21 years, I've been in recruitment. Had an office not far from, actually I'm in Glasgow just now. Usually I'm based in Dubai. I actually drove past my old office in Bothwell Street, still being down the rain, miserable as ever. But I've been involved in recruitment in the built environment for nearly 2 decades out in the big sandpit in Dubai, covering the whole of the Saudi, Qatar, GCC market. And feels as if I should have got Botox for this call today.
Need that. So there's another unique aspect of your background, which is that you've not just been in like recruiting and running recruitment organizations, but you've had a stint running tech as well. Tell us a bit about
that. Well, you know, I'm a lazy bugger of a guy, so I've always tried to get the shortest line from A to B. Frankly, I was sick of paying for recruiters' holidays and sick of paying for LinkedIn bills more than my rent. So I looked at all these different bits of tech that was trying to make a substantial blue ocean change in the market and give us a bit of an advantage, and couldn't find anything. So I bastardized a few bits and created an MVP, and then went, well, that seems to work. People wanted to buy that, and then I went and put lots of pennies into building my own one. I had about 50,000 people on it, a bunch of guys using it, top names in the market, and then COVID arrived, and that was that gone.
Yeah, bad timing, really bad timing.
Tough.
Because everything was winding up.
I think you've still got you've probably still got some of my teardrops in your shoulders, albeit digitally. I was crying in your shoulder halfway through
it. You had a lot of bad luck, unfortunately. But tell us about your business today. Tell us about Taylor Sterling.
So we're doing things a little bit differently. I think a lot of it is we're a bit unique. Oh, we have another unique recruitment company. I think a lot of it from our partners, because we've got really, really strong partners who not just being recruiters who specialize in our industry, which I guess is the built environment in the Middle East, but it's the fact that they've actually really come from that. They're internal recruiters, and some of them not even recruiters at all. They're actually like commercial directors or VPs and that side of things. So I think the reason we go back into it is because when I sold the IP of the other company to another bunch, I had to spend there for a year. And then I kept getting phone calls saying that we need some help, we need some leadership, and we can't find a recruiter that's got the depth of industry knowledge, network, and regional appreciation. So I went from one CEO role to then a CEO role, then HRD role, and then it went. So we lapsed in that and said, let's build something that's a little bit different. So we kind of took a Hendricks and Struckles, Corn Ferry, Staton Chase kind of theme, and went, well, let's do it better than them. And now we do leadership training, all that sort of side of the business. There's 4 main parts. This is that part there, the coaching, leadership, which they all synergize with each other. And then we've got the RPO side of the business. Now that's not just finding people, that's setting up entire recruitment divisions, their processes, their systems, their policies, and then even training the guys, building it, running it, handing it over. I do the exec search stuff. And then the last one, which is really cool, we're loving, and it's still got a lot of legs to grow, but it's the on-demand. It's interim advisors, and need a new CEO to cover 6 months or something, or work on a bid or transformation, or then we can get these guys who are who's sick of playing golf and want to come do some work. And I'm saying guys because in the industry I'm in is very, very male dominated. As much as we try and change that, but so that's our business, and it's going so far. We're just going to getting running with it, and then 2024 looks like it's going to have some legs, inshallah, as we say in the Middle East.
You're obviously good at it. You can't keep away, can you, from filling senior jobs in the built environment? So you've hired a lot of recruiters over the years, and you have done a lot of work around enabling them to be successful. So, like recruiter enablement, what are some of the things that you think are important for leaders to be considering?
Look, I think it's a maze out there. You got to kind of keep in mind that internal recruiters and external recruiters is in my industry, my part of the world, although they love to be innovative, etc., but in actual fact, it's still very bloody archaic. I mean, I spoke to one of the big firms out there, and they said, "Yeah, I've got this new system coming on, and it's going to say, well, what's great about it? Well, it interacts with all these other things, and the candidates have got digital forms to fill out." And I was like, "Oh dear goodness, come on, mate! You know what? You know, but they've still got fax numbers on their contact us page, you know, that sort of thing." And these are big global firms. So enablement, I think, we've done a lot of studies of this as well. You know, and having just done a bit of a case study to look at what ATS we are bringing in to our system, that's going to do a lot more things. And we've got some favorites out there. You know, we love our, you know, Scotland's own Firefish. We love Vincere. We love Job Adder. And I was the first guy to bring Vincere into the Middle East, first guy to do Job Adder in the Middle East, and what really works. But the problem with all of them is that recruiters by nature are not admin people. And keeping that data is imperative when you want to have quality conversations. And having it really simple. I think some of the companies out there have actually smashed it to manage that data for starters. And there's a lot of other gadgets, I guess, out there. You know, we use this online disk analysis, I mentioned to you before, which we love. The problem is getting it to. There's a lot more it can do if you get the patience to do it, and how to then write this email out and so on. I don't know if I told you, I bought the recruitergpt.com address, the domain.
Did you?
I bought it for three fills, 24, which is about £5. I sold it for $10,000 about 5 months later. And I looked at what they'd done with it, and I was like, so disappointed. I mean, it's quite cool, but it was just starting to interact. But the point about your question is that there's lots of cool things that are tools that are out there, but bring them all together and get to synergize. And not all the systems that can do that, the tools that can do that, can actually bring it all together. But I think being able to get your LinkedIn projects extensively and use them and continue to manage those is very labor intensive, but it's very valuable, and do it the right way. So make sure you get your quotation marks, etc. on it. The way you write your emails out. I'm preaching to what I would think you should do, not what I do, because I'm that lazy to go through it. I try and get someone else who's more intelligent these things to do it. But from that side, and then bring that kind of into the ATS and the deployment side as well. There's some great ideas out there about having your little microsites for your clients, but a lot of the internal recruiters out there, you got to realize, are the hiring managers, they still just want CVs sent to their inbox. They don't see what goes to get those people there. Yeah, and not to do the preacher of doom thing, but that delivery part. So it's all be really, really good client focused, customer focused, candidate focused start to it. But when you deliver it and the client doesn't fulfill their end of the bargain, especially if you're doing contingency work, which is brutal, and then that horrible bad bit falls back down the line again, and then the whole thing kind of collapses down. But to enable them, I think, really good ATS, get those projects, and don't make 360. I think 360 is by all 270, yeah, but I think 360 is dead. I think contingency is dead, because contingency was based upon how big your database is. From what from what I know, and you don't hedge your bets. But now everybody uses LinkedIn, so it's about someone understanding your company and spending more time on doing that, more time in researching that, more time researching the candidate, and what really motivates the candidate, especially as a different market. I mean, I don't know, a lot of the viewers here might be more in tech, in healthcare, and those sort of things, which is it's a very different mentality of candidate, isn't it, these days?
Yeah, it is.
Having done a bit of that, it's about what, it's the employer branding part. What are you going to send out to that candidate in such a competitive market that they can go, I'm going to start here, I'm going to get paid that much, and my career is going to end there with them, to then take that next step up. I'm not sure what's out there to really do that and get the commitment for your candidate, and see what's next. Does that answer your question?
Well, yeah, I mean, the nuances in, I don't think there's ever a full answer to this question because it's such a big one, but the nuances in different sectors and professions are like very distinctive. But Marcus, thank you very much for taking the time to join me today. You've been very self-deprecating, by the way, and I don't think you've been fair on yourself because anybody that's listening to this guy's really smart and he's got a lot of skills. So well worth following. Marcus, thanks for joining me.
Love to see you again, my friend. All the best. Bye bye, mate. And Merry Christmas.